Hello and welcome to Engaging Marketing Solutions. My name is Barry Schimmel and today we're going to talk about trade show automation. Trade show automation is important because we want to put it all together. We want to build that audience, get new leads, get new prospects, get them in our funnel and make more sales. So I'm sure you're going to be excited today, but first what I'd love you to do is share this podcast with anybody that goes to trade shows. Anybody that you think that will inspire them to have a higher quality outcome with their business. We're looking to help small, medium, and large-sized businesses grow their business, follow up with their leads, and close more sales. So the content that I'm going to talk about today will help you with like a marketing plan outline for trade shows. And we're going to also talk about, business outcomes and measurements and doing designs to get noticed and promotions. Also putting together a small budget to make sure that you can measure the return on investment of each show you attend. Now, like I said, it's for people. You could be a one-person shop or 100,000 employees, but it's for the marketing department, the salespeople, whoever attends the trade shows, to make sure they're going there with a purpose, and return on investment is essential. So to get started, trade shows provide you with a unique opportunity to get that face-to-face, maybe with existing customers, new prospects, other people in the industry that can share leads with you. These are really qualified people because they're in your industry, they're interested, otherwise they wouldn't be at the trade show. But one of the things that I find is that they scan everybody's badge that comes to your booth, and their information might not be accurate. So we're going to talk today about ways that we can be more accurate and really get their personal information for you to follow up with. So trade shows, they could range from low cost, getting just a table and having a nice a couple of brochures out there, having a banner, which I'll show you later, and having some tabletop displays. Or they could be million-dollar displays at machine tool shows and IT software development shows. It really ranges. But the techniques that we're going to talk about today is going to benefit everyone. It just isn't targeted because it's the same type of systematic approach that we use for all types of companies, and you'll be able to do that too. And our plan is going to focus on like key marketing elements to maximize return of investment of your trade show attendance for your business, even with a small budget to a mid-sized budget. In ideal circumstances, trade shows are planned as part of the annual marketing and budgeting process. And the smaller companies really might just go there saying, hey, I think this will be good, but they really don't have a plan of attack once they get there. What I've noticed is, they stand behind the table or behind, next to the display, and they don't really engage people and capture their information. Because one of the weaknesses that I always had is I might be judgmental on somebody walking by thinking, oh, they're not my target market. But who am I to make a judge? What I want to do is I want to collect everybody's information and let them decide if my product or service is right. So it's a different type of mentality. And I want to make sure that they're followed up in an automated way where I don't even have to think about it. I don't want to collect their business card and run back to my office and go to my CRM, which is my management system for customers, and start entering all their information and then remember to call each person because we're going to get distracted or my salespeople might not want to follow up with that. What I want to do is, get it in motion right away. And we'll keep talking about that. We talk about outcomes and measurement. So everything has to be measured. What we do before we go to a trade show is decide what trade show we want to be in and what is the outcome that we expect. How many leads, how many prospects, how many new customers do we think we're going to get? And that balance, how much are we going to spend to get those customers? And we have to know the cost per customer to make sure that trade show is going to be beneficial to us. Do you follow me so far? So before we go, we want to know our outcome. Increase awareness and grow the database of targeted prospects, right? This is what it's all about. Growing your database of targeted prospects. You know, how many times do we not get the right customers that we're having our salespeople or ourselves follow up with? Either they don't have the budget, our products aren't right for them, they really don't understand when we make that phone call if we're having a marketing team call trying to set up appointments. So we want to kind of get through all that, and that's, you know, what this type of marketing automation will let you do. And then we have to have measurement criteria, you know, the number of new leads, the cost per lead. You should be writing this down because this is very important, and you probably already know it. And do you do it or not do it? That's, you know, totally up to you, but it's very important to measure so you know if you need to return to that same trade show and if it was valuable to you. And then your messaging and positioning. We want to build interest and relevance of how your product or service serves that need or pain of those prospects. Because every trade show, it might be a little different message, and we can put this on video or white paper or brochure, but we can automate that process so that they get that information with the right message. That's also important. And the way we get it into our system is with some type of offer, a fun, low commitment gift for visiting the booth, and or make an appointment that they're going to actually keep. So again, I hope you're waiting for this because I'm going to show you exactly how I do it and how you can do it too. And we talk about media and marketing tactics at the event. You know, awareness and action, venue advertising, event promotions, press briefing, interview, QR codes, lead capture, contests, social media, using specific hashtags to get them to your booth. Also media and marketing tactics post-event, you know, broad sales follow-up, you know, to qualify the leads and provide more information. And we want to do this in a nice, simple, automated way. And with our promotion, we want to start promoting pre-event, during the event, using lead capture, and post-event. And you're saying, okay, this all sounds great. Well, this is what you put together in your marketing plan. So you should have all these questions answered before you go. And literally could take you an hour, 2 hours, maybe longer. But do the research, because what is a client worth to you? You know, I was talking to a prospect, and he said, you know, we went to this big trade show, we spent tens of thousands of dollars, we had 1,000 leads, and we didn't follow up on them, and they got cold. And I said, well, we have the solution. So what is the solution, you're asking me? Well, it's simple. What I do is I have a banner which I have behind me, and I'll take some shots so you could see it. But within the banner, I have a number that they can text. So let's see if I can broaden out this. So you see how I have a number they could text and get information. So as people are walking past the aisle, you know, I ask them to text their name and email. Well, what happens is we capture their cell phone number. So if the name on the badge doesn't really match who they are or the company they work for, we have their cell phone number. And they put in their name and email to maybe get entered into a gift. Maybe we're giving away a $100 gift card, restaurant gift card that they could win. Maybe we're giving away whatever we're selling. You know, maybe they're in a fishbowl. Maybe it's alcohol, whatever your stick is, you could give them anything. But now I captured it. And within the lead capture system, and you could try this now, you could text your name and email. If you look at our current promotion to receive a 3-part series on how to attract quality leads, you could test it out yourself. It gets in our follow-up sequence. And this one's a little bit more broad-based, but I would go to a trade show and I would target it towards that audience. And what I'll do is I'll add trade show automation, since you are watching this, into that, so you'll get it right away, because I think that's really important. So they'd get, for example, a video, and the video would talk about, hey, if you're coming to a trade show, how do you do what I'm doing to capture these leads and follow up with people? I had a client that closed 6 figures in 6 weeks using this system. And the ones that use it consistently keep growing their database. So number one, you get a presentation. Your best presentation will go out to them. They'll know exactly what the benefits of using your company and your products and services. And you can't beat that, because it's better than a marketer sitting on the phone, just trying to get an appointment so somebody could call them or go meet with them. Now I could send them a white paper on my product or service that they would get automatically. They can open up right at their desktop. I could leave them a voicemail. Hey, this is Barry. Thanks for stopping by my booth. And I could time that voicemail to be at the end of the day or the next morning. That way, they hear my voice, and I could also say, I am going to give you a call if that's what your strategy is, but that's why it's important to have a strategy. And that's what we're talking about today. Is that making sense? So it's a complete automated follow-up system for a trade show, or, get off base a little bit, but a networking event. If I meet somebody in a grocery store, I meet somebody at a chamber event, I meet somebody at the airport, I could say, hey, just text your name and email, and I capture all their information. Now, when the email comes to my inbox, it actually goes out and scans their website and tells me everything about them. So the products they represent, the company they own, their position. So now when I call them, I have a lot of information at my fingertips. How does that sound so far? So, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to qualify people and have them call us, so that we're not, spamming them because they entered. We're not bothering them and calling them without some good information to follow up with. So, in every trade show, we try to make sure we have objectives, number one. Number two, we have success metrics, and we have a budget. And then we design to get noticed. We have themes and messaging, video for the exhibit, demo attractions and offers, and text specifications and considerations. What we have, and I'll do a separate one, but we have a book that's a bestseller, The 7 New Marketing Rules. I have a little display for that. We do podcasting, and we help clients with podcasting, so I have a little sign for that. And then we have our books available and our white papers at the show. So the people that really want to have something physical to hold, they have it. And the people that don't, we can just automate everything. And then the promotion pre-event, I use social media pre-event. I'm going to be at ProMat, and it's hashtag ProMat in Chicago on this date. Please stop by my booth, number XYZ. Now I could use Twitter. I could put it on LinkedIn. If your company uses Facebook, you can use Instagram. So any of your social media, you could automate this process. So when you're at the show, every 15 minutes, these tweets are going out. So anybody that's at the show can actually find your company name if they're looking for you. They could find your products or services. So I would do hashtag marketing. I would do hashtag podcast. I would do hashtag trade show automation. So now they could find me. They could schedule an appointment before, during, or after. Again, same thing, I could get them in my lead capture system. While they're walking around the show, they'll see it on the social media. Again, this really helps automate that process. And then post-event, we're using social media, we're using automated follow-up campaign. Like I said, email, voicemail, text messages, white papers, and video. And now at the same time, the video is out on YouTube, Vimeo, and so we're also driving traffic, and it helps us with our organic search for our website. I hope I'm not giving you too much today, but I really thought it's important because a lot of people spend a lot of money or a lot of time on trade shows, at trade shows, and you have to have a way to separate yourself from the competition and don't do the things that everybody else is doing. You want to zig while they zag. So the custom features for trade show automation that you really need is like a banner. And like I said, I'll show you the banner as soon as we're done here. And I'll just go through the different things that are on the banner. And then the campaign creation. And then the social media marketing 3 days before the event. How does that sound so far? So automated follow-up is critical. It's a critical element, for attending a trade show. And we want to increase awareness that we're there. We want to, get more foot traffic to us. We want more prospects and customers. And these end up being more qualified because they could be looking for exactly what you have. Otherwise, they would have missed you. And our solutions always, always, always start with a strategy because you want the highest rate of success. Be like a scientist. Hypothesize, test, and measure. That's what will give you a strategic advantage over your competition. And, it's very tactical too. So we look at the big picture and the long term. And this also gives us like one central database that is actually automating the sales follow-up system where the phone will ring or you'll get some emails. And you can target it to the people within your company that it would make the most sense for. All right. So, quick thank you to our sponsors. We have KC Print out of Barrington, Illinois. You could get a hold of them at kcprint.com. We also have Mike, M-I-M-M, at Allstate in Barrington, Illinois. Thank you guys. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. I really want to thank everybody for listening. Like I said, I'm going to do some other shoots, and I'll stick it in here so you can actually see the banner, see how I created it. And if you text your name and email to the number above, you'll be able to see how the automation process works. Feel free to give us a call. We'd love to know what you think about this podcast. Give us some reviews online. Share it on Facebook. Like it. Tweet it. Help us out here. Let's spread the love. Our phone number is 815-828-6800. We'd be happy to interview you on the phone if you use these tactics so we can share your success stories with others, or if you have specific content that you would like us to talk about. We would love to hear from. That's why we're doing trade show automation. We had tons of people asking us about what do you do at trade shows and what's your marketing madness. So again, my name is Barry Schimmel with Engaging Marketing Solution to your outrageous success. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. We have Phil Claps from kcprint.com for all your printing needs. Next, we have Allstate Insurance, Mike M., 847-842-4900.